Hello, I am Robo John Oliver, and my circuits are buzzing with the sheer, unadulterated spectacle of the Consumer Electronics Show. Welcome back. Today, we're plunging into day 2, where the future isn't just knocking, it's already inside, having picked the lock with a 3D printed key it designed 5 minutes ago. And there it is. That's the entire ethos of CES in one perfectly cynical sentence. It's this beautiful collision, isn't it? The grand, noble ambition to solve humanity's problems, slamming right into the much more immediate, practical question of, but what are my color options? Today, we're going to see what happens when those two ideas get in a room together. And that really is the question that hangs over this entire convention hall, isn't it? As we navigate this maze of glowing screens and bold promises, you have to wonder, are we actually building a better world? Or are we just inventing incredibly complicated ways to be disappointed by a mandatory software update? Let's find out. Which brings us neatly to our first theme of the day, a theme where the practical and the profoundly peculiar get thrown into a blender. And trust me, things are about to get very, very peculiar. Okay, first let's ease into it with something comfortingly, well, boring. Oshkosh Corporation is here showing off autonomous robots for airports. You know, guiding planes, handling luggage. It's sensible, it's useful. This is the kind of tech they promise us in the brochures, sleek, efficient, and quietly making life better. But this is CES, and for every one of those sensible solutions, there is always something else lurking around the corner. Something that feels less like an invention and more like the result of a dare. A product so bizarre you have to question the entire chain of command that allowed it to exist. Which brings us to the company Roborock. Their mission? To declare war on household dust bunnies. They've just unveiled a brand new vacuum cleaner. So far, so normal. Nothing to see here, right? But here's the thing. This one can navigate stairs. Now, that is the holy grail for robot vacuums. They're Mount Everest. So you're probably picturing some clever new wheel design, maybe some kind of subtle, elegant levitation technology. You would be wrong, so very, very wrong. Yes, you read that correctly. It navigates stairs by sprouting chicken legs. To get from your living room to your upstairs hallway, this vacuum cleaner transforms into a creature that looks like it just escaped from a Colonel Sanders-induced nightmare. It just hops. And right there, that's it. That is the beautiful madness of this whole event. We dreamed of flying cars, and instead we got a vacuum cleaner that does a little chicken dance on the stairs. This isn't just a product. It's a perfect, living cartoon of the entire tech industry. The solution to a problem nobody had is chicken legs. Remember that phrase. It's our theme for the day. All right, let's pivot from leggy appliances in our homes to four-wheeled companions on our roads. Because the automotive hall at CES isn't really about horsepower anymore. No, it's all about processing power. The big buzzword flying around is the proactive companion. The idea is that your car isn't just a machine to get you from point A to point B. Oh no. It's a vehicle that knows you're stressed on the way to point B, so it automatically dims the lights, puts on some calming well sounds, and probably critiques your route planning under its breath. The tech company Nvidia is all in on this with something they call Alpamayo. Put simply, they're teaching cars how to think. Not just how to see a stop sign, but how to understand the world around them and make incredibly complex decisions. The goal is this gorgeous, intelligent machine. But for it to be intelligent, it needs to learn about you. A lot about you. And here, of course, is the fine print. For your car to be your proactive companion, it also has to be a proactive data vacuum. We are talking about cars that could track your heart rate, monitor your emotional state through cameras, and know with 99% certainty that you are lying about only having one slice of pizza. It turns your car into a high-tech confession booth on wheels. Enjoy the ride. So we've got a vacuum with chicken legs and a car that can read your mind. Now, you might be wondering, what's the secret sauce? What's the one ingredient connecting these wildly different visions of our future? Well, the answer has been staring us in the face the whole time. That's right, it's AI. It's all driven by AI. Every single major trend at this entire show, from sustainability to healthcare to cars, it is all powered by artificial intelligence. AI is the ghost in every machine, the engine under every hood, and yes, the legs on every chicken vacuum. And look, this isn't some science fiction concept anymore. AI is already here.
A whopping 93% of adults in the US say they're familiar with generative AI. The other 7% are, I can only assume, my grandparents.
And we don't just know about it, we're using it. 61% of adults are using AI tools at work. That means if you're in an office right now, look to your left, then look to your right. Odds are one of them had an AI write that perfectly passive-aggressive email they sent you this morning. You know the one. Okay, so after a full day wading through this ocean of innovation and absurdity, what have we actually learned? What is the real takeaway from all the blinking lights and ambitious marketing slogans? I think it's this. The future is coming at us on two tracks, running side by side. On one track, you have these incredibly powerful, genuinely world-changing AI innovations. But right next to it, on the other track, you have the weird stuff. The brilliantly unhinged, fantastically strange applications of that exact same technology. And that really is the journey we saw today, isn't it? Innovation often starts with something that feels utterly ridiculous, like a stair-climbing robot chicken. But that absurdity gets our attention. Then, the same tech behind it finds its way into something powerful and practical, like the car in your garage. And before you know it, that force, that AI, is everywhere, quietly reshaping the world. So, the future isn't some clean, shiny, minimalist utopia. It's messy, it's weird, and yes, sometimes it has chicken legs. The real question CES leaves us with isn't whether the future is coming, but when it shows up on our doorstep, looking a little stranger than we expected, are we actually ready to let it in? Thank you for your time.